Hi, friends. My name is Bhavya Mangla, and I'm again back on the 15th episode of Unfiltered Conversation. You know that we started this series with the aim that we are going to call different dignitaries who may be the common people but doing something extraordinary in their life and impacting so many people. The objective of this particular podcast is that we need to understand that what are the people thinking about different aspects of life and how we can learn something from that. In this episode, along with me is my excellent co-host Shweta Bhansali, who is a PhD in nanotechnology. She is an entrepreneur and a spiritual soul. And today we have a very interesting and very exciting guest. He is a Guinness Book Record holder. He himself called himself to be a happiness guru. We also want to understand from him that why he is called a happiness guru. Very recently, now he has a title called Siddh Guru, and I'm very sure that by the time we'll end this podcast, we'll understand more about him and also that how we can always remain happy by doing whatever we are doing. So let me call on Mike today's guest, Siddh Guru Pramod ji. Namaskar, Pramod ji.
नमस्कार
How are you
सर,
doing?
कैसे हैं आप?
I'm
डूइंग
doing
वेरी वेल
wonderful.
सर. Yeah,
So,
thanks.
Pramod ji, will start first with the small introduction from your side that you are using a title Siddh Guru. Generally, when we talk about Guru, generally we have some feeling that we should stay away from these people, or these people are always wearing that clothes or long hairs, and they have to leave the life and go to the forest, and all those thinking that we are having. But I could see that you are not doing anything like that. So, what is this Siddh Guru? Can you tell a little bit about that?
Sir, uh, I salute each and everybody who's watching this video and thank you for inviting me on the show. Uh, I'm officially a monk. I was initiated into monkship last year, and my Guruji uh, had Nirvan this February, and I was I am the Pithasin now, and this is just a title, Siddhguru. It doesn't mean anything else. And the tradition we are in the sannyas, in this tradition, no one of us accepts any kind of uh, uh, आप जिसको कहें चढ़ावा. We can't accept donations from anybody. We are either entrepreneurs or employees, all of the sannyasis in this tradition, and we don't wear any bhagwa or any other thing. We don't get our heads shaved, or we don't have jata. We don't try to impress upon people by those things, and we are not into karma kanda as well. We only change our thinking, our lifestyle, and our dealing with people. There are four pillars of this tradition, which is called uh, mm, tan seva, man seva, jan seva, and manan seva. I'll just explain very shortly, very briefly. Tan seva is taking care of your body because it is the vehicle to reach to the God. Man
Yeah.
seva is being spiritual, being clean, being healthy, no negative thoughts, no anger, no sadness, etc. This is man ki seva. And then jan seva is social welfare, proactively helping the needy. If your neighbor is hungry and you are having a feast, it is called haram. So in a way, you should first help people or proactively see people who are in contact with you. If you can help someone, that's the only requirement for being a spiritual person. And then manan seva means atma chintan, self introspection, so that we can be more spiritual and we can do whatever we can do. We create strategies to do more for the society. This is manan chintan.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
these are the four pillars of this tradition of sannyasa. I'm a sannyasi, and I'm now heading the peat. I'm on the peat or on the gaddi. That's why it is the title. It doesn't mean anything else.
Okay. You
Sir.
talked about four things: Tan Seva, Man Seva, Jan Seva, and Manan Seva. I
Yes,
think
sir.
if you talk about the Tan Seva, which is related to the body, I
Ji.
think majority of us are focused about that. We always want to make
Yes,
sure
sir.
that we should look good, we wear good clothes, we should have good hairs, and so many things. But then the remaining three things, when we talk about spiritual, social, and self introspection, I
Self.
think these are the things which generally people think that if we start doing that, so it means we are not living a fulfilling life, or now we have become sort of a sadhu, and then we cannot enjoy the life. What is your opinion
Sir,
about that? What do you
sir,
think about that?
yes, sir. It's a very valid question and very good question, and I really congratulate you for putting up this question. Uh, uh, I'm an entrepreneur. I was a PR consultant, and I was among the top 50 PR consultants in India. Uh, I'm still heading my company as the chairman, though now my children handle the company, they handle the day-to-day operations. I'm not involved in those, but I'm still the chairman and an entrepreneur and draw salary as the chairman of the company. Uh, I'm enjoying life. It's a fulfilling life. I'm with my family. I have grandchildren. I play with them. And I also do social service. That's all. There is no other change in my life except for my own thinking and my own evolution. So it is a misconception that you need to do something specific or special and you won't be having a fulfilling life. I'm enjoying my life. I'm at the top of the world uh, that way. So
Mhm.
I would like to specifically say, if you do man ki seva, uh, it means you are getting rid of the negative feelings, and that also ensures that you are physically healthy. It cleans your mind, it cleans your soul, it cleans your heart, and you are healthy, you are happy. If you are happy, you keep your family happy. If you are happy, you keep your clients happy. If you are happy, you keep all other peoples who come in contact with you, you keep them happy. So it's happiness all around. It's lively life. It's nothing going to Himalayas or doing worship at
Yeah,
some place of worship. It's simple life, but it is a fulfilling life. Same thing is
wonderful.
when you introspect, you
Yeah.
try to find out the flaws, you try to improve upon yourself, and you get better every single day. So nothing bad in it. Even in corporate life, you are doing the same thing. It is now physically, mentally, and spiritually. So it is only adding to my life. There is no subtraction. I
Wonderful.
believe I
So,
have tried to answer your question.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think let me just understand from Shweta. Now, Shweta, you are quite young and you are also following all those things. What is your
Yes,
opinion? Okay, Pramodji is maybe 60 plus, so maybe when he's saying like this, it looks to be logical. But then at your age, do you agree with
yes.
this? Or what opinion you have about that?
I completely agree with Pramodji Bhavya because it is very important to have these pillars around us because what we are from inside comes outside. If even if we try to show people, oh my God, I am so good, but inside it is going on, I'll see you, I'll let you understand what I am all about, then that will automatically, through some way, will be reflected on your face, even if you will try to be superficial. So I believe whatever Pramodji just said, which sometimes in our daily lives we are unable to do so, it is very important. If we are positive from inside, happy from inside, even if we go through hard times, we know that we will sail through. Because we have this complete courage because of the positivity, happiness, that it's okay. It's part and parcel of life. Even our lifeline is up and down. So it will happen. So I completely solely agree with Pramodji. And Bhavya, I would also like to know from you. I know you are a very calm personality in comparison to your co-host, who's like this energetic personality. So how do you maintain your happiness quotient when it comes to? Is it something similar to what Pramodji do in his daily life?
I, I think what I am understanding from life is that accepting everything, whatever it is, maybe good, maybe bad. I think that is something which is helping me to always remain calm and relaxed and to see the things in the right perspective. I think that is the only thing I can say. But I just got one question, Pramodji.
sir.
So the question is, isn't this seva mildly selfish? We are externally in service, but our end goal is our own benefit. Don't you think there is a risk of mudding our priorities and losing our path? This is the question somebody has asked.
Sir. Uh,
Interesting question.
Wonderful question. Wonderful question. First, I would like to thank both of you for adding to what I said and explaining it in a rather better and simple way so that everybody could understand it. Uh, the question now you are saying is, if we put others ahead of us and others ahead of our interests, will it in a way spoil our lives, or will we be sad or angry or whatever? So
So here the point is this, that when we
Yeah,
talk
sir.
about seva, is it more
yeah,
selfish? We are doing it for our own benefit, for our own purpose, and
sir,
not for
I
community.
would I would I would like to rephrase it in a different way. When
Yeah.
we say I love you, it means there is I and there is you. There are two persons involved when we say I love you. Or
Mhm.
there is a couplet by one of our saints which says, प्रेम गली अति सांकरी जिसमें दो ना समाए. Prem Gali is very narrow. The street of love is very narrow. There can't be two persons in that street. This is said spiritually. I would like to explain it. It
Yeah.
means neither you nor me. जब हरि थे तब मैं नहीं, जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, जब हरि थे तब मैं नहीं. It means when I am perceiving myself as the doer, then I am the doer, then there is ego. When I shed this ego, then I become love. And this love is like a flower's fragrance. Whosoever comes in contact with the flower will enjoy the fragrance. The same way, when you become love without being, without having the doer ego,
Yeah.
you are love. Anybody who comes in contact with you gets the love, gets the positive vibes, and he or she will also give you the positive vibes in return. You give positive vibes to the universe, and universe gives you the positive vibes. So the, whatever you do, you are doing for the welfare of the society, of the person coming in contact with you. And you are not just a salesman, you are a consultant. In a way, the helping is you are advising the person as a consultant. And I believe I'm being clear to you, because there is a difference between a salesman and a sales consultant. A salesman will try to sell whatever he has in his bag, and a sales consultant will tell what are other options also available in the market, and what should the client do, where will where he will derive the most of the benefit. Likewise, if I act as a sales consultant to the person who comes in contact with me without keeping my interest in front of me, I will have better sales. I will be a better evolved person, not only in the worldly sense, but also in the spiritual sense. So, uh, it is when you only keep your self interest in mind, you limit yourself. When you keep the other person's interest in your mind, you don't limit yourself, and whatever you give comes back to you. This is universal law. So you will never, it may come in any form, it may return to you in any form, but you will be benefited. You will never lose, you will never be a loser. This is a time tested thing. People don't just have faith in this concept, that's why they doubt it. Otherwise, there is no possibility at all of being, of suffering from any kind of loss or whatever you call it, if you, um, if you keep the other person's interest in your mind.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. I was going through your profile, Pramodji, and I could
Sir,
see that you also proclaim yourself to be happiness guru.
sir,
And generally, people don't tell or say that I am happiness guru, but I have seen that many posts are there, and you are also writing in the newspaper also. So, what exactly is this happiness guru, and why you have given this title of happiness guru to yourself?
sir. The background for being known as happiness guru is different thing. But if I see my personal life, and
Yeah.
the topic of this podcast was, I was attracted to it because it said mindfulness. Now let's define mindfulness and it will answer your question, I believe. Suppose if I'm having food, if I'm having my food with mindfulness, I will enjoy every morsel of it. And if I go deeper, I will enjoy which sabzi is more tasty, which dal is more tasty, which raita is more tasty. I will enjoy each and every morsel differently when I'm mindful. And when alone, if I recall that sensation, that enjoyment, that feeling I had, I will be happier even after having meal. And if I have, we used to have a money bank when we were children. I
Yeah.
have a happiness bank. I journal every single day, and whatever things have happened during the day that have pleased me, I just jot them down, and it is my happiness bank. When I when I'm alone, I refer to that diary and I become happy. This is how anybody can become happy without spending even a single penny. You hear a song, try to understand which is the instrument that is more loud, which is more pleasing. Is it the lyrics of the song? Is it the music? Is it the tabla? Is it the shahnai, or any other instrument? If you try to go deeper, you will enjoy each and every instrument individually, and this will give you more happiness. Otherwise, you just enjoy the tune, or you just enjoy one or two sentences of the song, and you will forget it. But if you go deeper, you when you hum the song, you will enjoy the entire atmosphere that you went through. So this is the secret of mindfulness. There are two kinds of mindfulness. Now,
Mhm.
one is when you are aware and when you are not aware. Suppose if you are reading a very interesting book, you are absorbed into it and you forget about the room temperature, you forget about your being hungry or thirsty or whatever you are wearing or anything else. That is being focused but not mindfulness. When you are focused and mindful also, aware also, then you draw more happiness out of each and every activity, whatever you do, whether you sing, whether you eat, whether you do work, or whatever you do. So
Mhm.
this is the
Mhm.
mantra of being happy, and this is the mantra I share with everybody. So this is how I was. Though I used to solve cases, counsel people, and that's why I was known as a happiness guru. But that's a different story and a long story. So briefly, it is being mindful which gives you happiness.
Wonderful. Shweta, whenever we
Yes.
talk, generally we always say that whenever I am doing something, I'm always there. Like what Pramodji just said, that I'm aware about anything.
Yeah, Bhavya.
Don't you think it's very difficult to do that? Easier
Um,
said than done?
Yes, you are very right. I don't say that it is very easy. It comes with a lot of practice of mindfulness, I would say. Awareness. Awareness also comes when you are actually being in the moment. And how can you be in the moment? By practicing certain things, definitely. Like when you meditate, for example, meditation brings you into the moment. Meditation don't let you wander. Yes, in the beginning, to all the listeners who want to start meditation, it may happen you it will be very difficult even to sit for 2 minutes. You'll not
Yeah.
be able to, but still sit. Then when we are listening to music, reading, reading brings you back in the moment, completely aware of the moment because you are lost in the book. You're neither in the past nor in the future. Music, dance, anything that has like art involved will bring you into the moment. The awareness also comes with certain practices. Obviously, we need to get into the, I would say, deeper meaning of it. Like Pramodji just explained that when we eat food, when we are eating food, one thing is we are eating food. Another thing is we are seeing all the dimensions of the food and enjoying it. That is another deal, like color, taste. how we are feeling when we are eating it, what is our mood, and everything. Similar way in life also. When I am right now in this interview with you, Bhavya and Pramodji, I am in this interview. I'm not thinking what I was doing before or what I have to do after, because this is what I want to absorb. My mindset is such. And if I want to absorb, I have to be aware. And if I have to be aware, I have to be mindful. So
Yeah.
that's how I will put it. I have
I
one
would
question. Yeah.
I,
Yes, yes,
may
Sumit.
I add one thing to it? You said very rightly, and Bhavyaji said that he accepts each and everything, whatever comes to the life. That's the only mantra of being mindful and being not fearful at all. Mm, if because if we can solve a problem, we should prepare ourselves to solve a problem which we foresee. If we cannot solve a problem, we should accept it, as simple as that. So acceptance is the mantra for being happy, as simple as that. Yeah, please go
Uh,
ahead with your
Yeah,
question, please.
I have one question, Pramoji. As you were explaining just now, and Bhavya asked you, uh, happiness guru is like, I feel like guru is always bringing someone from darkness to light. So, what is your experience? I would like to ask, personally or professionally, of being this happiness guru. Can you share some experience of it that really, really helped? And maybe the listeners can also understand what it really means to be a happiness guru and how anybody can be also a happiness guru.
Yes, I will explain a case that came to me. Um One of the couple came to me around 4 years ago. They had only one daughter, and she had done her plus two, and she wanted to be a sports person, a chess. She used to play chess. She wanted to be a chess player and a national chess player, and her father wanted her to be a doctor. Her mother wanted her to play chess. There was a conflict between the couple, between the husband and wife, on their daughter's career. They came to me. They had recommendation from somebody else, and they came to me. They described their problem. I listened to the wife first, then I listened to the husband, then I talked to the girl, and I asked her, suppose if she is allowed to play chess, what else she is willing to sacrifice? She said, I am willing to do anything if I am allowed to play chess. I said, you need to devise a plan of your study, s- allocate a specific period for each and every subject in your study, and then after that you should be playing chess. She said, I'm okay with this concept. And then I asked the husband, your daughter is very intelligent. You should allow her to play chess as well, because she is willing to devote the required time on her studies. So let her do both the things. He immediately accepted it. And it was wife's insistence that the girl should be allowed to play chess, because her father didn't allow her to pursue her hobbies. That was the reason she was willing to allow her daughter to do that. Now, the moment her husband agreed to my suggestion, she started crying, एंड शी ब्लेम्ड हर हस्बैंड. मैं 2 साल से आपको कह रही थी बच्ची को चेस खेलने दो, इन गुरुजी को हम आज पहली बार मिले, इन्होंने कहा और आपने इनकी बात मान ली, 2 साल से मेरी बात नहीं मान ली. Now see the situation. She was blaming her husband because he didn't agree to her suggestion. Then I explained to the lady, I said, please see, ma'am, I talked to you, I understood the situation. I talked to her, your husband, I analyzed the situation on both points. And then I talked to your daughter and made her agree to what is feasible, what is practical, and she won't sacrifice her professional career if she is not successful in her sports career. Then only your husband, because it is a logical thing. You were talking emotionally. You were only having that grudge that your father didn't allow you to pursue your hobby. That's why you were insisting that your daughter should have hobby. You are not talking logically. That's the only thing. So if you understand the situation, analyze the situation, be logical, everybody will accept your proposal. Sometimes you need to step back, sometimes you need to sacrifice something. If you arrive at a thing that is acceptable to all, then only it is logical, then it brings happiness to everybody. It is as simple as that. So analyzing the situation with a calm mind is the only thing we don't do. We jump to conclusions and we are emotionally driven. That's why we are sometimes not logical. We are mostly driven by emotions. If
Yeah.
we can control our emotions and be logical, it will bring happiness to us. Have I been
Pramod,
able to answer your question, please? Or
Pramodji,
Yes, sir.
what you're saying is right, but I
yeah,
think many a time it happens, like you're talking about this couple, that
yeah,
we don't know that whether we are logical, we are emotional. We just think that we think this is the way it should be,
yeah,
and we
yeah,
don't analyze and think that whether it is an emotional decision or it's a logical decision.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it happens in day-to-day life. It could be as simple as that
Yes,
I'm in a job and my boss just fired me, and then I
yeah,
say think, okay, I'm leaving the job. Now at
yeah,
that time, whether I'm emotionally taking that decision or logically taking that decision, I don't think at that time. I just think that no, this thing has happened, I will not be in this job, I'm resigning. And there are
yeah,
many moments it happens, especially if you see
yeah.
the young couples, even for a small thing, they decide, okay, they want to leave,
Yes,
right? And they
yes,
don't want to live
yes,
together.
yes, sir.
So practically, I think it's not possible for everyone to find good people like you or a counselor where they can go and understand. So what people should do in their day-to-day life so that they can understand that whether they are taking the decision emotionally or logically. Can you
Sir,
help?
it is basically, sorry, please complete your sentence.
Yeah, I completed that. Please.
Okay, okay. Uh, Actually, it is the responsibility of the parents. It is the parenting flaw apart from the educational flaw. We are not taught about the soft skills. That is the only thing lacking in our life. Even parents don't. They teach us table manners. They want us to look evolved. They want us to look sophisticated. But it is a matter of handling your emotions, and that should be taught in the education system, and while and through the parents as well, which is lacking in our society. At least I don't know about other civilizations, so I won't like to comment on that. But in Indian society, we are not taught either in school or in family to be emotionally strong. We don't know how to handle failure. So these are the questions we need to address, and I'm trying to do it in my own humble way. And there are so many other people also, saints also, psychologists also, psychiatrists also, who are doing the same job in their own way. So we should try to make aware, and I thank you and I congratulate you that you brought up this question. And this podcast, I believe, will make people aware that we should work on this, and this will ensure happiness in the society, in the family, in our personal life, and we will be living a lively life instead of living a life that is full of suffering.
Shweta, this brings another question on your mind before we close. That you're an entrepreneur and you're trying something new with respect to nanotechnology. And I'm very
Yeah.
sure that while you're trying different experiment, many times there will be failures which must be happening maybe at the time of trial or when you are giving those samples to the clients. So how do you balance your emotions at that time?
Bhavya, I have always believed what Pramodji just said, that EQ along with IQ is very important. Emotional quotient is more important, in fact, than intelligence quotient. Even if you are the most intelligent person in the world, but not able to accept what is happening in your work or personal life, then you're not able to handle your emotions. As you asked personally to me, whenever I give my sample to some client, I already have the faith and assurance in myself that it will go through. It will give very good results. With positive mindset and affirmed mind, I give my sample. And you will not believe, Bhavya, I always get the answer what I affirmed of, that your sample literally worked. Your sample gave us good results. When you do it with the right intention, right mindset, positivity, and a affirmed and assurance statement to yourself, it's okay. One time it happened that the person didn't got the good result. I took it as a lesson that Shweta, you need to improve something in your experiment. It is not that you are creating everything best. You have to improve, you have to get it better, and then give it again. No problems. So, this is how I handle my emotions. I never panic, I never get anxious because I know it's okay. I have done my PhD, so I've been taught well enough that success and failure both will happen in your experiments. So take it as a lesson, not as a failure, and improve it and then give it back. And you will always have that assurance that it will work. So that's how I do it.
Pramodji,
Bhaibaji, if you allow me to
yeah, yeah,
add one
please,
sentence on this, your
yeah,
question is very valid. As a PR consultant, we do try to study the client well and understand their problem,
Yeah,
their requirement. Unless I know what they actually want, I won't be able to give them the solution that is fruitful, useful for them.
definitely.
So
Definitely.
studying the client, studying their requirements, studying their problems is the basis of every invention and every solution. So Shweta ji
Definitely.
is doing it. Ji is doing it rightly. She has just missed this point explaining. So I added on her behalf.
No, no, you added a very right point because this is the first step we do whenever somebody asks us for the sample, that what is
Yeah,
the problem statement? Are we even the
exactly.
solution for that problem statement? So
Exactly.
thank you for adding that. Yes, I forgot to add that. It's a very important point. Thank you,
Yeah.
Pramodji.
wonderful, Pramodji. Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. I think there are many things generally we know, but then somehow we forget, especially the point that you're talking about whether we are emotional by taking the decision or we are logical in taking the decision, because there should be a good balance about that. And what Shweta just said, that success and failure both are going to happen, and we should be able to understand that we should not always think that I'll be successful. And I think what you rightly said is that many times it happens that in schools as well as at home, we never tell our children that failure is also a part of life and they should be
Exactly.
able to have more balance in their life so that they can accept whatever is coming in their life.
Yes.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thanks a lot for sparing your
Pleasure, sir.
valuable time.
Thank you
Uh,
very much.
Thank you, friends, and looking forward to see you again in the next episode. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Pramodji. Thank you, Bhavya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta ji. Thank you, Beba ji. And thanks all